Welcome back. Today's story is one of my favourites. So it was recently my 21st birthday, and like every normal 21-year-old, when asked where do I want to go, I said the Tower of London. Sad, I know, but it's my favourite place on earth. While I was there, I made it my mission to take a photo with absolutely every yeoman warder on duty. The role of a yeoman warder, for those of you who don't know, is that they are the Queen's ceremonial bodyguards. They have to be ex-armed service men or women who have completed at least 22 years of active military service. Now, the Tower of London is literally an icon in the middle of London. It's based in the London Borough of Tower Hamlets, and it has the longest history known to man. It's almost 1,000 years old. And did you know that the White Tower, the central bit, the central middle big castle, was once the tallest building in London, and it could be seen from miles around? Obviously, that record has been firmly supplanted by the likes of the Shard and loads of other skyscrapers in London. So obviously the tower is most famous now for being a World Heritage Site. It's owned by UNESCO and Historic Royal Palaces, and it's obviously the home of the crown jewels. They're all stored in the Jewel House in the centre of the Tower of London. Given its 1,000-year history, it's not just been a tourist site for those 1,000 years, it's been a home, it's been a prison to the likes of Guy Fawkes, Rudolf Hess, even the Cray twins. They were the last prisoners there. It's also been a royal mint, which is where all money is made. But did you know that the Tower of London used to be a zoo? And in 1110, animals were brought from a zoo in Oxford that Henry I had set up by King John. Now, King John put all the animals in the tower, and paying visitors came to meet all the animals that had been brought to the zoo by King John. Across the years, hundreds of animals called the tower home. You're talking elephants, zebras, baboons, polar bear even, lions, tigers, bears. Sorry for the Wizard of Oz pun there.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears,
oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears,
oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears,
oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
And what's interesting about how the animals got here is they were usually sent as diplomatic gifts. So if a foreign dignitary wanted to wow the English king or queen, they sent them a exotic animal. The star attraction was the 3 Barbary lions, which were sent to Henry III by the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick II. He sent them because of the 3 lions on the English crest, which were designed by Richard the Lionheart, Richard I. And these 3 lions were the star attraction of the tower. Henry III also received lots of other animal-related gifts. He was sent an African elephant by Louis IX, and this elephant died shortly after it arrived in the UK, whether it was the cold weather or whether the eccentricity of royal court got to it, because it's believed that the elephant was fed red wine. That probably contributed to its very early death. Another famous gift was the polar bear. Now, the polar bear was sent to Henry III by King Haakon of Norway. This polar bear was nicknamed the White Bear, and it was even allowed to go fishing in the Thames. It was just tied on to its collar at the shore, and it was allowed to go fishing in the Thames. Now, the Tower of London, given its 1,000-year history, has a lot of ghost stories. Now, as we approach the end of October, I will do lots of stories on Royal Ghost Stories because there are tons. Only seems fitting that I finish this video with a Tower of London ghost story related to the animals held there. Now, it's said that one night a yeoman warder, who are the beefeaters, the guards, they wear the red and black uniforms, one night one was on night guard, and it said that he felt a presence. So he turned around and he saw a big animal. He saw a big ghostly apparition of a bear. Now what he did is he swung his axe into the bear that he thought he could see, and the axe went straight through the door of the Martin Tower. Now that bear was later called Old Martin in honour of the tower. The skull and the bones of this animal were later found at the Natural History Museum and sent back to the tower for an exhibition. But that guard died later that night from shock that he'd gone into, because he tried to hit the bear on the head with the axe. Obviously it was a ghost and it went straight through into the door of the Martin Tower, and he died of shock a few hours later. So the Tower's menagerie was closed in 1830 by the Duke of Wellington when he came in and revamped the whole structure of how the tower was run. The animals were sent to the London Zoo, which had opened the previous year in 1829. So nowadays the only animals that live there are, of course, the Tower of London ravens, the literal icons of the tower. They are there because it's believed that if the ravens leave, the tower will fall and the City of London will turn to dust. That's the legend. Other animals that currently live there only include the pets of the yeoman warders and the other members of staff that live and work in the tower. So off the top of my head, when I've walked past, I've seen the dogs that belong to various yeoman warders, and there's even, it was on the Inside Tower of London documentary, the governor of the Tower of London, Brigadier Andrew Jackson, has a pet hare, and he walks it and lets it out in the tower moat. Another story for you there. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you got any other suggestions in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.